made it. Yeah, congratulations. Good evening to everyone. It is truly my honor and privilege to welcome you to the Registered Nursing Class of 2026 pinning ceremony. Tonight, we gather to celebrate far more than the completion of an academic program. We're here to recognize the culmination of hard work, sacrifice, perseverance, and purpose, and to honor the beginning of a lifelong commitment to healing, advocacy, compassion, and excellence in nursing. The pinning ceremony is one of the most cherished traditions in nursing. It marks the transition from student to professional nurse, symbolizing not only achievement, but responsibility. The pin each graduate receives this evening is much more than a symbol. It represents countless hours of study, clinical experiences, personal growth, resilience through challenges, and the trust that future patients and families will place in your hands. Over these past 2 years, each of you has been tested in ways that strengthen both your knowledge and your character. You have developed critical thinking, clinical judgment, and technical skill. But perhaps even more importantly, you've cultivated empathy, grace, and the courage to care for others during their most vulnerable moments. Nursing is more than a profession, it is a calling. It requires intelligence, compassion, integrity, and heart. Time and time again, you have demonstrated these qualities, proving that you are ready to step confidently into the next chapter of your journey. As you move forward, I encourage you to remember the words of Florence Nightingale. You may have heard of her. Nursing is an art, and if it is to be made an art, it requires an exclusive devotion, as hard a preparation as any painter's or sculptor's work. May your practice become that art, one shaped by skill, humanity, leadership, and unwavering compassion. The care you provide, the lives you touch, and the comfort you offer will become the legacy of your work. Tonight, we celebrate your journey, your achievement, and the remarkable nurses you are becoming. Congratulations. I would now like to introduce you to the Provost for the College of Western Idaho. I would like you to help me welcome Denise Aberle-Canada.
Well, you guys have 2 firsts, so remember this. You're the first class to graduate out of our New Health Science Center. And I understand there was a bit of a first here in the first row. You're the first class to get your pin tonight wearing business casual and not your uniform. So, all right. Thank you so much. And I want to our graduates, faculty, family, and friends here, I'd like to thank you for being here. As Allison stated, this is a momentous occasion for you, and I hope on your worst days, you think back to this day and remember how excited you were to be here. You know, it's more than a ceremony, it's a recognition of the sacrifice and compassion and purpose that you've had to apply to yourselves this past year. And earning your RN, we know didn't happen by accident. You made it through long days, longer nights, clinical rotations, exams, and if I'm triggering anybody, I apologize. Uncertainty and moments where you likely questioned whether you had anything left to give, and yet here you are. And that matters. Because nursing, as Allison stated, is not just a profession. It's a calling that very few are called to do, and you have been. Service to others during the most vulnerable moments of human life is something to be very proud of. You will care for people on their best days and on their hardest. You will be present for new beginnings, unexpected diagnoses, recovery, grief, hope, and healing. In many moments, patients may not remember every medication or procedure, but they will remember how you made them feel. They will remember whether someone saw them, heard them, and cared. And that is the power of nursing. And at the College of Western Idaho, we are just incredibly proud of you and all that you've accomplished. Our communities need you, Idaho needs you, healthcare needs compassionate, highly skilled professionals. And I know that this team over here has given you all the skills to make you hugely successful. And your perseverance and determination has already been demonstrated that you got them to agree to let you wear business casual. That is pretty amazing. So, as you move on to your next chapter, I want you to remember just 3 things. First, never underestimate the importance of kindness, clinical excellence, because it matters enormously, but compassion is what transforms care into healing. Second, continue learning healthcare and continue to evolve. Technology will change systems, systems will change, but a great nurse and your ability to connect with the patients you serve will never change. And finally, remember that your work matters more than you may ever realize. There will be days when you're exhausted and wondering if you made a difference. I mean, even I do that. But remember, you did sometimes the smallest act. You held someone's hand, you were a calm voice and calmed someone's fear. That's what nursing is. And tonight, you are one step closer to joining one of the most respected professions, and you need to be proud of yourselves. And I also want to thank the family and friends here, because we realize this isn't just your accomplishment. It took a village behind you to get you here. So I hope you'll enjoy this evening. And on behalf of CWI, our president and our board of trustees, I just want to congratulate you and say thank you so much.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for being here tonight. I am Jolie Holtner. You don't have to say professor anymore. That's fun, right? Congratulations to all of you. We are going to begin with our student speakers. The cohort has chosen a couple of speakers from their class to represent them. So we are going to start. Our first speaker is going to be Nathan Bearclaw. He, at 28 years old, has not only been a committed nursing student, but also a husband and father of 3 amazing daughters with a baby boy on the way. He has worked incredibly hard to balance family, life, and many challenges of nursing school. He will soon begin his career at Thrive Pediatrics next week with hopes to make an everlasting impact on those he cares for. So come on up, Nate, share with your class.
All right, well, hello everybody. My name is Nathan Bearclaw. I just want to start off by saying that I feel beyond blessed to have this opportunity to speak to all of you guys tonight. I'll try to keep this reasonably quick and stick to the cards, because if I don't, some crazy things might happen. So I think I can speak for most of my classmates and their significant others when I say I'm glad it's over. I am happy it's over, but there is also a large part of me that will miss seeing my classmates and staff at CWI on a regular basis. The NCLEX is our final hurdle. That is what's going to start and originate our nursing careers. I'm sure many of us will pursue higher forms of education and certifications, but for now, I would say this is one of our greatest achievements. I know a lot of us have been dreaming of this moment for a long time. For me personally, it started over 20 years ago. I was 7 years old, lying in a hospital bed, battling bone marrow cancer. I was shooting Nerf bullets at my window and watching High School Musical for the first time on Disney Channel. The RN caring for me was a man who looked like he could be in a biker gang or a bouncer at a nightclub in Vegas. He was 6 foot something, built like an Olympic weightlifter, had a bald head and looked like a cue ball. His name was Charlie. And when he started singing lyrics to Zac Efron's Get Your Head in the Game, I knew we could be friends. It may sound ridiculous or hilarious for those that know what I'm talking about, but it's true. I knew from that day that I wanted to be a nurse and that I wanted to be the same influence to kids that Charlie was to me. Now, I'm clearly not built like Charlie, but my hope is to inspire young kids to pursue their dreams just like Charlie and numerous other nurses did for me. He didn't just care for me, he cared for my mom, my dad, the rest of my family, and friends that prayed and wished to see me come home one day. I'm certain many of us here want to make this the same impact, and regardless of what field we work in. I truly believe after what the last 2 years have put us through has led us here for a reason. We were called to impact the lives of those we will end up caring for. It could be second nature to us in the future, but I believe each patient interaction is an opportunity to change someone's life forever. I know this means the world to not only me, but to all of us. So I'll wrap it up with this final point because I know we all want to celebrate. From stressing about getting into the program to now being here is a feeling that I cannot describe. To all my classmates, I am very proud of every single one of you guys, and congratulations. We did it. All of the sleepless nights, hair loss, extra coffees, group projects, K-wipes, scrubbing the hub, therapeutic communication, scrub squad showdowns, clinical hours, S-bars, simulations, and endless hours of studying have led us here, the finish line. We can call ourselves graduates and soon call ourselves licensed registered nurses after passing the NCLEX. Congratulations to the CWI registered nursing cohort of 2026. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Nathan. I'm Katrina. I am pleased to present our next speaker, Mandy. Mandy is a wife and mother of 3 who brings compassion, curiosity, and dedication into every area of her life. She loves learning, reading, spending time outdoors in nature, and most importantly, being with her family. This fall, Mandy will begin her nursing career as an elementary school nurse with the West Ada School District. Her love for children and appreciation for the joy they naturally bring into the world make this a fitting and exciting next chapter for her. Welcome, Mandy.
I warned you guys. I also am a little bit more long-winded than Nate, but you guys knew that. So, good evening and welcome to everybody here. Years ago, I heard the saying that said, "Do your future self a favor." And that simple phrase genuinely changed my life. Because doing your future self a favor isn't always easy. In fact, it's usually pretty inconvenient. Sometimes those favors are small things, like going for a walk outside when I'd rather stay on the couch or packing myself a lunch the night before a shift. I usually grumble while I'm doing these little favors for myself, but later I'm always grateful when I reap the rewards of my efforts. I have found that setting up my future self for success is always worth it. Over 2 years ago, every single one of us decided to do our future selves a favor. We slogged through the prerequisites, completed entry tests, worried over applications, and chose to embrace something difficult in order to create a better future for ourselves. We invested far more than just time and money. We invested all of ourselves. We're a varied bunch. Some are young, some are not so young, some with children and spouses at home, and some are making a fresh start in the world. But one thing is universal for all of us, and that is that life as an adult is hardly easy. Many of us were already treading water in the deep end of life, and then nursing school handed us a gigantic stack of textbooks and basically said, "Great, now tread harder." And despite all of it, we kept showing up. One of the most incredible things about this cohort, though, is that we never did it alone. I have watched this class embody teamwork, generosity, and resilience in ways that go far beyond academics. We shared notes, created study guides, converted PowerPoints, made podcasts and question banks, divided up assignments, swapped work shifts, gave each other rides, opened our homes, and encouraged each other through really difficult moments. And at some point, I feel like we stopped being just classmates. We became a support structure, a safety net, and a team. And while we were all trying to survive nursing school and support one another, life never paused for us. Over these last 2 years, there have been births of sweet babies, losses of loved ones, new jobs, lost jobs, illnesses, surgeries, car accidents, changing family dynamics, financial stress, and countless personal battles that many people never even saw. Life continued to life while we were on this journey. And somehow, through all of it, we adapted, we changed, and we overcame. There were many days when I just didn't want to do this anymore. More than once, I stared off into the abyss and I just thought, how bad do I actually want this? Because quitting sometime felt like a very reasonable option. I thought, why am I making myself do this? This is so hard. I'm exhausted and I am so done. We have had days these last 2 years where we didn't want to do it anymore. But here's what matters. We kept going. We fell down and we got back up again. We embraced the hard. We challenged the grind. And we kept doing our future selves a favor. And there will probably be future days in our nursing careers when we feel overwhelmed or inadequate and exhausted again. But we will do what we've done in the past, and we will continue to show up for ourselves because we are capable of doing hard things. We have proven to ourselves that we are smart, resilient, adaptable, and strong. And every single day that we showed up and tried again was a victory. And honestly, some of those hardest moments are the ones that we can laugh about now. First semester skill checkoffs probably gave half of us PTSD. Vitals, catheterizations, med pass, I feel like those words still trigger a physical response, right? Some people passed on the first try, but many of us didn't. I can still picture classmates walking out after failing a checkoff, shaking their heads, completely defeated, knowing that they had literally one more chance before being kicked out of the program entirely. But an even stronger memory is watching those same people walk back in after their second attempt, victorious. I watched friendships form in those practice labs. People stayed late teaching each other, encouraging each other, repeating skills over and over and over again until confidence replaced fear. And I'm certain there is nothing more brave than facing your fear head on and conquering it like a boss. Then there was the infamous head-to-toe assessment video. It took me 14 times to pass mine, 14. That is 3.5 hours of straight videotape that my poor husband, acting as my patient while I repeatedly forgot steps and restarted recordings, right? But by the end, he knew the script as well as I did. And he never once complained, he only encouraged. To repay his dedication, I ended up writing him 14 IOU coupons, one for every failed attempt. And then came the second semester sim labs, which honestly, they kind of felt like a medical version of the Hunger Games. We were paired into random teams, thrown into terrifying scenarios, and expected to somehow save a patient's life while our professors and classmates silently watched our every move. Sweaty palms, racing hearts, trying desperately not to make a fool of ourselves. At the time, those moments felt huge, heavy, and overwhelming. But now we can look back and laugh a little bit because we survived them. Clinicals, though. Clinicals were a completely different kind of challenge. Day shifts, night shifts, trying to balance jobs, marriages, children, bills, and responsibilities, setting multiple alarms and hoping we wouldn't oversleep, hitting every red light on the way, and literally praying to God that he would turn them green so we wouldn't be late. And then there was the occasional and very visible panic in a nurse's eyes when they realized that they had been assigned a student nurse. Some were wonderful teachers, some not so much. Some patients didn't want students. Some patients didn't trust us. Some very politely refused to let us participate in their care. But then there were the patients who changed everything. The patients who encouraged us, the ones who let us practice skills even when we weren't confident. The patients who saw not just our inexperience, but our willingness to learn. And moments like that matter, because fear doesn't mean that we are incapable. As Sahil Bloom said, fear comes from inexperience, not incapability. You're afraid because you haven't done it yet, not because you can't do it. And over these last 2 years, we've watched ourselves transform. We went from, can I watch you do it first? To, I'd love to try, to, I can do that for you. We still have so much to learn. We've only scratched the tip of the iceberg, but we have learned real skills through literal blood, sweat, and tears. We've learned how to insert and remove IVs, administer medications, perform catheterizations, use pumps and monitors, suction patients, perform dressing changes, contact physicians, comfort family members, chart correctly, survive the supply closet, and somehow function after almost no sleep. And the list just goes on. But beyond the technical skills, we learned something even more important. We learned how to care for people during some of the hardest moments of their lives, and that is a privilege. To our professors and our clinical instructors, thank you. Thank you for challenging us, believing in us, correcting us, pushing us, and preparing us for moments that cannot be taught from a textbook. Thank you for your patience when we were so nervous, your guidance when we were overwhelmed, and your honesty when we needed to improve. Thank you for making learning fun and making your lectures a place that we truly wanted to be. We have witnessed your mercy, your passion, and your joy for your profession. You helped shape not only the nurses that we are becoming, but the people that we are also becoming. And to my classmates, I'm almost done. Look around the room. These are the people who truly understand what this journey has required of you. These are the people who witness your stress, your sacrifices, your breakdowns, your determination, your growth, and your victories. These are the people who supported you in countless ways and cheered you on along the way. And tonight, we get to celebrate all of it. We chose this hard. And because we chose this hard, our future selves will have the opportunity to change lives and make a difference in every single way. So even on those future hard days, and there will be hard days, I hope we remember what we've already overcome to get here. In Ashley's words, it's been incredibly, painfully delightful. My friends, my nursing cohort besties, we are no longer the people who walked nervously into first semester lab. We are nurses, pending certification. Thank you and congratulations to our spring 2026 nursing cohort. We did it.
Thank you, Mandy. That was wonderful. My name is Sarah Westcott, and I will be reading off the RN candidates, and we will be pinning them. First is Alex Ahrens, pinned by Dennis Wong. Nathan Bearclaw, pinned by Julianne Bearclaw. Ashley Carr, pinned by Professor Lauren Patterson. Haley Carson, pinned by Eric Hernandez. Dorina Sella, pinned by Indrid Sella. Stephanie Christensen, pinned by Eric Christensen. McKenna Clark, pinned by Julie Clark. Isabel Cleveland, pinned by Titan Cleveland. Anastasia Cholich, pinned by Dina Rubinski. Jose Dale, pinned by Shane Dale. Samantha Graham, pinned by Sherry Graham. Carson Hansen, pinned by Professor Jolie Holtner. Kathy Hurlis, pinned by Pat Wood. Sierra Lomack, pinned by Professor Christina Miller. Molly Malone, pinned by Jesse Henshaw. Samantha Martinez, pinned by Patricia Morales. Monica Mulder, pinned by Professor Katie Robinson. Alicia Overall, pinned by Raylene Overall. Eileen Pearl, pinned by Chase and Braylon Pearl. Nick Piazza, pinned by Alexia Ortiz. Jacqueline Ramirez, pinned by Angie Ramirez. Lizbeth Rodriguez, pinned by Elizabeth Rodriguez. Cam Scott, pinned by Yvonne Parado. Diamond States, pinned by Professor Belinda Snow. Joshua Strohmeyer, pinned by Megan Strohmeyer. Jennifer Talish, pinned by Danny Talish. Mandy Thompson, pinned by Nick Thompson. Bianca Beatrice Tycoon Chinchilla, pinned by Sandra Chinchilla. Jill Winiger, pinned by Jenny Christensen. Congratulations, you guys.
Hi, I'm Amber Gillette. I am a nursing instructor. I was the second semester pharmacology teacher, the infamous second semester. Next on our agenda is to award the Nightingale Award to a member in our class. But before we do that, I want to give you some parting words. Do not administer digoxin with a heart rate less than 60. Levothyroxine is to be given on an empty stomach. And nitroglycerin needs to be protected from light. Okay? Okay. All right. Now, moving forward. This award is named after the nursing founder, Florence Nightingale. She was born on May 12th, 1820, and she felt that nursing was her divine purpose. Due to her high performance as a nurse in London, Florence was petitioned to organize a corps of nurses to tend to the soldiers in the Crimean War. In horrible and unsanitary conditions, Florence became a nursing pioneer by addressing sanitation issues within the environment, the food, and the linens of the soldiers. She comforted the wounded soldiers with her compassion. It was her work that elevated the nursing profession to one of respect. The students of a graduating class vote anonymously for a student in their class that they believe depicts the best of the nursing profession, which is knowledge, caring, compassion, and dedication. So congratulations to our class of 2026 recipient of the Nightingale Award, Diamond States.
How you doing? All right. They know who I am, but I'm Belinda Snow. And we're going to do the lighting ceremony, which is by far my favorite part of this program. Florence Nightingale, the foundational figure of modern nursing, earned the title the Lady of the Lamp for her tireless nightly rounds, tending to the wounded soldiers during the Crimean War. Her lamp has since become an enduring symbol of compassion, vigilance, and an unwavering commitment to patient advocacy. You guys are choking me up. This legacy inspired the nursing tradition established in the 1860s, where Nightingale presented medals of excellence and passed a shared flame to each new nurse. This symbolic gesture served as a formal induction into the profession, a commitment to the ethical standards and professional integrity now preserved in the Nightingale Pledge, found on the back of your program. Today, the lighting of candles serves as a testament to the profound care nurses provide in their enduring dedication to the healing arts. Through a spirit of inquiry and a commitment to evidence-based practice, nurses serve as the primary architects of modern healthcare. As graduates of the College of Western Idaho, you carry forward more than clinical proficiency. You bear a vision for a transformed future shaped by innovation and community impact. Tonight, we enrich this tradition by celebrating a cornerstone of the CWI program, the pursuit of lifelong learning. The symbolism of this evening begins with our faculty coming together to light the program candle. Each graduate will then come forward to receive their flame, representing the light of nursing education and the knowledge you will carry forward in your professional practice. So faculty, please come forward now. graduates please rise and come forward? The faculty of the College of Western Idaho is honored to formally welcome you all into the profession. May you remain steadfast in your devotion to those entrusted to your care. May you pursue new knowledge with curiosity and a drive for excellence. Above all, may your light shine brightly, not only within the clinical setting, but throughout the communities where your leadership and expertise will make a lasting difference. Congratulations, we're incredibly proud of all of you.
I don't have anything else to say. No, congratulations. Have a wonderful time celebrating. You earned this. And thank you all for being here. Good night.